15 love.
The first come on there from Cam Norrie. He's one of the most positive players and competitors. I'm always intrigued by the come on count from Norrie. Get plenty of them.
Okay, I'll keep count. Point from Berrettini. Good insight to what we're going to expect throughout this match.
30-15.
Yeah, and Norrie, you know, he would probably be quite happy with that play tactically, getting to the net, forcing Berrettini to come up with a pass, and he's nudged a beautiful little one-handed backhand past him there. But Norrie would think, how consistently is he going to make that?
You win some, you lose some, so you've got to play that game.
40-15.
He's had a few abdominal injuries over the last few seasons, Berrettini. Of course, that's very limiting, restrictive overhead with the serve, but there's no doubt when he's fit and healthy, it's still one of the very best serves in the game.
First game.
So let's have a look at win predictor, and I think it's got to be close here, Colin.
I'm expecting it to be edging Berrettini.
Yeah. I'm prepared to argue against win predictor a lot, but I think this will be quite a close call. Maybe 60-40, 67-33.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that Berrettini's favourite. I think with the conditions, I think with recent form, 67's maybe a little punchy, but I'll accept it.
Love 15.
You know, both of these players are ranked a lot lower than they used to be, both former top teners, but you know, Berrettini, the ATP Comeback Player of the Year last season, went from 154 to 34, so he's certainly feeling like he's on an upward trajectory. Cam Norrie, I think, is probably still in that space. We're wondering, you know, is he still sort of on the way down, or is he ready to climb the rankings again?
Difference in that mindset when you're coming back from injury and you make your way back, as Berrettini did last year. 3 titles, including 2 consecutive tournaments, compared to a slow decline where you're just wondering whether, you know, we're seeing that with Tsitsipas at the moment. He actually says that he's struggling for the motivation now, and for someone that works so hard as he did, if you're not putting that work rate into your game, then all of a sudden you can disappear pretty quickly down the rankings.
There's that flat backhand of Cameron Norrie. I'm not sure there's another shot like it on the men's tour. Very little take back. He just leans on the ball so low over the net, gets it short and wide in the court. That was a brilliant shot. Anytime he can get the big Italian moving, it's got to be a good thing for Norrie. Expect Norrie to be using the serves into the backhand a lot today. Is the weaker wing for Berrettini.
Game, Norrie.
That's a very impressive second serve there. Took a bit of risk going into the forehand, but a very accurate delivery and a good game to come through.
This will be an easier end to serve from as the morning progresses. Sun behind the players.
Love. 50.
That's the forehand that Berrettini loves, when he's able to move left into his backhand corner, the run-around forehand as we call it, and he loves to hit it down that line, inside in. But he's missed a couple so far today, just not quite calibrated the weapon yet. It's an exceptional shot from Norrie. As he said, he's going to be targeting the backhand a lot. Berrettini was expecting that. And Norrie going against the grain there, deep down the line with his forehand, catching him off guard. It was risky. 15-30 to go for a second serve that big, that close to the line. And he's coughed up a couple of break points here pretty cheaply.
30-40.
So nice having that insurance policy, the big serve to just dig yourself out of a hole.
Advantage. Berrettini.
There's Coach Bega on the left there in the white t-shirt. In the centre, the polo shirt, the bald head. Slightly surprising appointment, Umberto Ferrara as fitness coach for Berrettini. That's the man, or one of the men, that Sinner got rid of as a result of his failed drugs test. Berrettini wanting to add him to his team, trying to avoid injuries in particular, you would think.
It's a messy situation that's not yet resolved. Armada now confirmed to have their appeal heard in April. Certainly, Colin, as you know from my athletics track and field background, it's a bemusing situation in a number of sports where the strict liability seems to apply differently across various sports. Too many track and field athletes get away with an inadvertent, and swimmers. A couple of celebrated cases in Australia of what appears to be inadvertent use.
Yeah, it's
just the way the strict liability works. Too many excuses from out-and-out cheats in the past has made it difficult for athletes to use that excuse. Crowds continue to stream in. They're going to be a little disappointed once they arrive and find that seats are limited on a whole range of different ground pass courts, but there's so many other things to see and do. That's where I spend most of my day when I'm not commentating on those lounge chairs there, just luxuriating.
Record crowds yesterday, wasn't there, for a first Monday? 59,500 in the day.
I know that you don't like the sun when you know the Scots, you carry an umbrella around with you just to protect you.
We soak up all the vitamin D we can around the world whenever we get to travel.
I've been to Scotland on a day when it was sunny once.
Now we do.
Back in 19-something, 80.
I tell you what,
7.
I'm obviously biased, but there aren't many more beautiful countries when you do get a nice sunny day in winter or summer. This is good from Norrie. He's sharp here in his early stages. He's played a couple of tournaments already this season, as you said, David, and Hong Kong and Auckland. Okay, maybe not anything to write home about in terms of results, but he's got 4 matches under his belt. You know, he's into the season.
Game, Norrie.
There's a hold for Norrie, 2-all. Berrettini didn't play the United Cup this year, he has previously, but it's always a nice way to get confirmed matches. But if you go too far in that tournament, all of a sudden you're playing a lot of matches, and that's the conundrum. It doesn't seem to have affected the US team just yet, but if you play a lot of those top matches against top players, make it through to the semi-finals and final, there's a lot of high-quality tennis. So the management of that is interesting. Berrettini decided to go to Brisbane International, lost in the first round to Jordan Thompson. Patrons a little sluggish to decide whether they want to stay or go.
He loves
15 love.
using that play when the opportunity presents itself. The serve is so big, so often the opponent is deep in the court. And that's getting that drop shot in the very first shot of the point. Well, there's the evidence, a much sharper start from Cameron Norrie here. If it wasn't for Berrettini's serve, the Brit may well be ahead by now. Berrettini has won 10 of 11 first serve points, 1 of 5 on the second. But as long as that first serve finds the target, he's in business.
He's a good mover for a big man, isn't he, Berrettini? 6'5", 196. Gets around the court well. Despite having quite possibly the smallest calf muscles in men's tennis. The rest of it, powerful. Surviving 2 break points in his previous service game. It's a bit of effort for Berrettini. 3-2.
Thank you.
Yeah, Berrettini, it's not sort of your stereotypical tennis player's body type, is it? Usually sort of thicker and stronger in the legs and leaner in the upper body. He's almost the reverse.
Yeah,
but
he is the upside down triangle, no doubt about that. He's big at the shoulders, and the further you go down, the skinnier it gets.
You just wonder, you know, a lot of the injuries he's had over the last few years, could that be a factor? Maybe some slight imbalances in the body. I'm sure he'd have to train differently.
You can't do much about the genes when you... It's your situation, no matter how much work you put in. I'm sure he spends a lot of time in the gym, as do all players doing their various sport-specific exercises. At no point, it's not weightlifting. You don't need to be that strong. You just need to have the right strength in the right spot. That is a fine view there. Beautiful view across the Yarra. Botanic Gardens, bottom of the screen, Melbourne Park. Just tremendous. Beautiful running all around that area. Melbourne Cricket Ground in the background.
I got myself out for a couple of runs last few days, David.
Around the tan?
Around the tan.
Yeah.
A little loop around the Botanical Gardens.
It's only
here.
3.5 K.
What do you mean only?
I thought you were part Kenyan.
We've got mountains in Scotland, but we don't run them.
Well, I ran a marathon last year, and I would run from my home in and around the Botanic Gardens and back. It's about 25 K, beautiful along the river. So you've got a little bit of work to do yet, Colin, if you're boasting about running 3.5 K around the tan. But anyway, I'm impressed. You're a fit guy.
I did do a little bit more than that to and from my hotel as well. So
okay, well, I'll add in an extra K there and back. It's a good workout. How did you go up the hill, Anderson Street Hill? It's a famous part of the Tan when you
Yeah.
went.
I know exactly what you're talking about, yeah. I'm happy to say I didn't stop running.
That's good.
A few people did.
Yeah. Gets a little intense 3/4 of the way up there. You start questioning whether your decision making was right.
You need those moments though, don't you? Like a best of 5 set tennis match. It's not just a physical challenge, there's a mental element. Interesting to see if physicality enters the chat in this one.
It's interesting, you occasionally see the players out running around. The 2 bridges directly outside the courts is some of the players like to do that for a warm-up. Most of them spend time on the indoor spin bike, etc., but some of them like to get out and pound the pavement.
Oh, that is, well, it's a brilliant point from Berrettini. But the final shot from the Italian was exquisite. Under pressure here, this sharp little chip cross court, fast and low over the net. Too much for Norrie. Norrie serving from a very wide position there as well. Berrettini did well to neutralize it.
40-30.
First double for Norrie. But it was a bit of a tense looking one. Can at times just lose a bit of feeling on his serve. The confidence can dip. We won't want the double faults to come in bunches here. No, he thought about coming into the net behind that shot. I think Berrettini thought he was coming, hence the slow chip again, or the low chip. He just put the brakes on though, and that's a magnificent forehand to finish the point. It's like a spin.
Good points there from Norrie. Under a little duress. 3-all.
3 games on.
How's your Italian football knowledge, David?
Not super.
Just wondering if Berrettini's...
Roma is about as far as, you know, Juventus.
Berrettini might have requested that the colour of his top here. He's a Fiorentina fan.
Well, plenty of Italian jerseys in the crowd.
The great Argentine player, striker, Gabriel Batistuta. He used to play for Fiorentina, I'm sure. Not sure who plays for them now, but
I'll take your word for that.
yeah, you can look that one up later.
30 left.
Yeah, just caught in no man's land there. Good hustle from Norrie.
30-50. Game. Berrettini.
So Berrettini holds serve.
New balls, please.
4-3.
Berrettini leads by 4 games to 3.
Okay, so I've just Googled Fiorentina football players, and I think you've left out their best player. No, you've only mentioned one, but Batistuta is there, but I think there's a better one.
Well, you're showing me Roberto Baggio. I mean, I agree with you. My argument would be that he was better known for playing for AC Milan.
Well, he was only 5 years there.
Well, 5 years, that's a good amount.
Yeah.
Batistuta, he was one of the world's best strikers at the time.
Do you want to take the plastic?
This has been good quality, I have to say. Both players showing that they've got the level to have been so much higher ranked in the world.
Approaching 30-minute mark of this opening set.
Time.
Some excellent play. Just the one game in which player serving's been under a little bit of difficulty. It was in the third service game of Berrettini, saved 2 break points. So looking at the serve has been in command. New balls on their way.
Very nearly made it. Just didn't quite get enough of the racket around the outside of the ball.
It was drawing, wasn't it? But not quite enough.
Spoke of the purple from Berrettini, the Fiorentina fan. It's also the colours of Texas Christian University, TCU, which Norrie attended. As the TCU top for his coach, Facundo.
Game, Norrie.
And Jacob Fernley also attended TCU. winner
games.
last night on John Cain Arena against Nick Kyrgios. So they must be doing something right over there in Texas.
Is that a popular route for British players?
Very, very popular. I would say only juniors that are right at the top of the sort of international junior rankings would not go to college at this moment in time.
And completely underrated. I still feel the US college system for tennis and golf. See a lot of the young golfers going there, but yeah, players now extending their careers well into the mid-30s. There's no harm in delaying your transition to the professional ranks.
And you know, the men's game in particular it's never been as physical as it is now. Just the power, the movement, the strength and endurance demands on these players. There's no harm in developing for a few more years before hitting the tour.
11.
Sometimes these top juniors, that their game might be close to ready, but maybe their bodies and their minds not quite. And as you say, players regularly going well into their 30s now, so there's plenty of time.
And of course the plan B from a university degree perspective as well. Quite often the college players don't see out their college days. Tennis and golf in particular.
Game, Berrettini.
So the server's been in command here the last few service games. To love. Berrettini 5-4 in the opening set. I do need one of these sit-down chair cabana. I'm going to call it a cabana. It's not quite a cabana, but the fact that it just has the electronic roof on it, I could do it with one of those at home, Colin. I can see myself just by the pool, and when the sun is too strong, I flick a button and the roof automatically.
Drinks cooler as well, just to the side.
Yep, that'd be good.
Barbecue never far away.
Ball kids there to provide those services would be even better.
Bring the towel.
The storage facility for the Australian Open must be immense with all of the equipment and etc. Now living here, you see the bump in over the last 6 to 8 weeks build of the temporary facilities.
Time.
Still on serve here, opening set between Tino Berrettini and Cam Norrie, two former top tenors. Flags at the top of the MCG scoreboard are fluttering vigorously, but conditions good at Kia Arena.
Love 15.
Well, that's a shaky first point of the game from Norrie, who he's been sharp from the get-go here, but we're now into the business end of this opening set. This is where it really counts.
That would have been spectacular.
That was very nearly the shot of the tournament. This wasn't a bad overhead from Norrie, but Berrettini just got a read on it. Oh, I thought he'd made that. Great effort.
The players are so confident in everything they do, but I love it when they surprise themselves with their own audaciousness sometimes. And the look on their face, wow, did I nearly do that? It's a good win-up.
It's got to feel good to hit a forehand like that. Not the most convincing of overheads, but he got enough on it. You just feel Norrie is
hanging in.
Yeah, he's working hard.
Yep.
You know, when he's been short of wins, relatively speaking, and often that can manifest itself in some, you know, tricky moments when it counts most.
Vansetti's
40-30.
hanging in. Another good serve here will help. Crowd can feel the tension rising this opening set.
He's taken in the oxygen there, Berrettini. He'd set the point up, but just physically, you know, he didn't quite get the feet in position. And that's the reason he made the error. There's no doubt if this goes long, becomes a physical battle, then that would favour Norrie. You know, he has a serious engine on him. Going wide for the first serve here again.
Game Norrie.
Raise the line. Norrie holds.
Five games on.
Give him a lot of confidence to close out the game with a quality strike like that. Picking up where they left off, really, aren't they? That 2021 Queen's final. 3 very tight sets.
Thank you.
It's another forehand where Berrettini
15 on.
really get his feet in position. When you're not in the perfect position with your feet, with your body, then you've got to try and use the hand to manipulate things. You're always going to be more erratic in your play.
30-15.
So it was 11 unforced errors, 8 have come off the forehand side.
Which is unusual for him. Actually hitting his backhand pretty well today, both the two-hander and the slice. Just hasn't found that big weapon on the forehand yet with any consistency.
Let's listen.
So as Norrie found himself on his previous service game, serving to stay in the set. 30 all, then a deuce, tight on serve.
He found the forehand there. Couldn't have hit that one any better.
40-30.
Certainly couldn't have hit it any wider.
So much racket head speed he generates. Very loose hand. Gives him not just speed on the ball, but incredible amounts of spin when he wants it.
Yeah, they've been good, both players under pressure on serve. Berrettini ahead on the count, 6-5 opening set.
Berrettini leads by 6 games to 5.
Supermarket trolleys now required for players when they come onto the court, Colin. Both players have got 3 water bottles, different solutions.
Oh, you need it though. You know, these conditions, I know it's not as hot as it can be, but at best a 5-set match, you know, forehands, backhands, tactics is one thing, but it's how you're going to manage your body throughout. So key. And of course, sports science continues to just develop, doesn't it?
Time.
So I want to be plain water, another electrolyte of some sort. I wonder what's in the third. Anyway, 6-5. Perfect conditions for tennis. Day 3 at the Australian Open of 2025. Tuesday, approaching midday in Melbourne. This opening set into its 44th minute. No breaks. A couple of break opportunities for Norrie on the Berrettini serve in the third game. That was it so far. Serving to send this to a tie-break.
Very low.
It's good stuff from Norrie.
40-50.
When he's low on confidence, he can sometimes back off on the forehand in particular, become quite passive. And he's continuing to go for his shots here, really accelerating on the ball.
40-30.
back of the line, I think.
Eviscerated the line. What a strike that was. This thing was so flat. Just clipped that line, and it's unplayable from Berrettini, and all of a sudden things getting very interesting here.
Well, it was danger, wasn't it? Open court. Eye in for Berrettini with the forehand.
Advantage.
Fortunate for Berrettini, the net cord. It just gave Norrie a no-pace ball, and he didn't really get enough on that approach. Dangerous going to the forehand as well. Well played, Cameron Norrie. The first set on the line.
Yes.
Out of his comfort zone, really. Another short forehand up at the net, volleying, and he got the job done.
Advantage. No.
That's the side where he gets a bit tense. There's his partner. She's looking pretty tense as well.
Advantage, no.
Pretty good point, Berrettini. He's just looked a little laboured, hasn't he, with his footwork at times in this opening set. That was another there. Really should have been making that volley. It was quite central, the pass.
Game Norrie.
So Norrie saved the set point. Went to the tie-break in the opening set. There's just been a couple of occasions where
Six
Berrettini's
games
had to
on
put in,
tie-break.
looks like an extra half a step just to get into the right position, and then once you do that, of course, the ball's well and truly on top of you. First tie-break of the year, the new season for both players. I presume we count the 2024 matches in the 2025 season, do we, for statistics once you get to the end of the year?
Yes. In terms of the sort of week one of this season, yeah, absolutely.
1-0.
It's a statement start to this tie break. Keys to this breaker for me are that Berrettini first serve. Needs to keep raining them down, and for Norrie, just sort of not getting too tense here. The bigger moments. too good. It wasn't a bad forehand from Cameron Norrie, but he maybe just left it hanging slightly. And any time you do that to the Berrettini forehand, you better watch out.
Very high quality tennis.
Certainly is. I can't tell you how good a passing shot this is. Berrettini has knifed this slice. Norrie has almost no spin on his backhand. He's gone over the high part of the net. It's as good as it gets.
Berrettini. Let's first serve.
Forehand of Berrettini now well and truly dialed in, and it's becoming a danger anytime Norrie heads in that direction.
It just feels like the magnitude of the moment is bringing the best out of Berrettini here. He's raising his game.
Wait. 4-2 Berrettini.
Still just the 1 point against the serve, though. Norrie's second point, his first service of the tie break. And now serving into the sun. Berrettini.
comes Norrie. This is what he's all about. Down 4-1 in this tiebreak, but he just never goes away. He's always there, hustling and competing. Did not see that coming.
Both
5-4 Norrie.
service points there. Hands Norrie the lead at 5-4. 2 serves to come.
In the first 5 points of the break, Berrettini looks so good. 4 in a row against him now, and it's on Norrie's racket. This is all unraveling for Berrettini. It's a very untidy miss on the forehand.
6-4 Norrie.
Well, that was a turnaround, wasn't it? It happened very quickly. And Cameron Norrie, 7-6 in the tiebreak. Well, he'll be very, very pleased with that indeed. Just on the hour.
He did very well. Just look.
Thank you.
He does. He nicks it off you.
And so from Norrie, you've just got to go, okay, that was good. I'm happy about that. Bit of a surprise. Keep playing the same game. But Berrettini, what does he do? Does he press too much? Does he had the better of that set for a lot of it. You mentioned, come on, halfway through that it felt like that Norrie was just hanging on. He was closer than that, but just had that feeling.
Well, Berrettini, for me, he needs to find his forehand. He needs to get that firing to its full potential. Just too many errors on that wing throughout the set. A couple of moments where it could have made the difference for him. And he has to stay positive mentally. And the reverse of that, Norrie, got to start this set strongly and tensely and make Berrettini feel like the finish line is an awful long way away. Thought he made that, Norrie. He needs to be careful here. I have to say, for Berrettini, who, as you said, Dave, started the season in Brisbane, lost to Jordan Thompson 3 sets. He doesn't look in sort of peak physical condition here, to me. You know, been a few occasions where the feet aren't in position. It's not the strength of his game at the best of times, but I've seen him sharper.
And we saw a little huffing and puffing too, didn't we? So Norrie holds in the opening service game. So win predictor had Berrettini as the favourite. It was 67%.
Yeah, Norrie has to be favourite now. I think I would be going 60-40 Norrie.
Okay, if you're playing along at home, what are your thoughts? Berrettini started the favourite. Norrie gets the opening set.
No.
Berrettini still in front.
I'm not having
win
that.
Predictor.
Are you having that?
No, not at all. Just, I think, because of the things that you just spoke about, the physical preparation of Berrettini and what sort of shape is he in. There's a few weaknesses there that we've seen.
55-45. I might have accepted if it was Norrie as favourite, but well, let's see. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe the win predictor gets us.
Thank you.
I'd like to see a couple of little factoids from win predictor as to why. Not just throwing out the number. Justify your decisions.
Yeah, you want to sit down and have it out with the win predictor, don't you?
Based on X and Y, and we can then dissect that. I'm sure everyone watching's got their own view as well.
Look, matches can turn quickly, you know, and if Berrettini...
We saw in the tie-break.
Yeah, if he can get ahead in this second set, you know, a break ahead, he'll start to feel an awful lot better about things. I might live to regret this, but I would think this is a must-win set for Matteo Berrettini. Good hustle.
15.
Top edge. Caught behind, I think. That ball really leaping. The kick on it from Berrettini. Oh, yeah, that's a good catch as well. One-hander. Nonchalant.
Game Berrettini. One game on.
Looks like a scene from Dick Tracy for those that are old enough to remember. The scattering crowd. Pretty much a full house. A few people have ducked out after the opening set. Head out to another court. Maybe just sit outside and watch on the big screens. They're everywhere around the precinct.
tends to be the non-shaded areas, doesn't it, where a few people take the chance to go out and maybe just cool off. It's not as hot as it can be today in Melbourne, but the sun is still pretty intense, isn't it, when you're not in the shade.
It's not like the old days when I first started going to the Australian Open. I was at Kooyong as a youngster, and you'd just turn up in a pair of shorts and that was about it. You'd take your singlet off and just fry in the sun. Lather yourself up with reef oil and away you go. A little bit more sensible now. Oh, that's nice angle and pace from Berrettini to get there. And the big legs working overtime.
15-30.
Came from a long way back.
Yeah, just slightly untidy from Norrie, but a good hustle from Berrettini. He's got half a chance on the Norrie serve again here.
Going to have to revise that strategy of the forehand. It is a little hit and miss for Berrettini. The winners from that side.
15-40.
12 forehand winners in the match, one from the backhand. They're all coming from that wing.
Big moment here. Momentum in this match potentially about to swing.
13-40.
So we look at the break point count. What do we?
Oh, Berrettini saved a couple in that first set. Norrie had one.
News.
So a little let off there. Cheat this.
Advantage. No.
Probably should have won the point in the end, Norrie. It was a really good point, but he'd made up the ground here in good time. Just probably guilty of going for too much with the forehand.
He had options, didn't he? He got there,
Yes.
committed to going across.
It's like he went for a real statement finish and he's got the wrong trajectory. No wonder he's annoyed.
Longest rally of the match at 16.
Advantage, no.
If Norrie can hold here, you know, doing it in the best part of 5 minutes isn't necessarily the worst thing. It'll take even more out of the Berrettini legs.
Ledfus. Game Norrie.
It's well done
New
for
balls
Norrie.
leads.
So the 2 break points to hold serve. 2-1.
Norrie leads by 2 games to 1.
So yet to have a break of serve. Match hour and 15 minutes. Plenty of colour in and around Melbourne Park. Day 3 of the Australian Open. Perfect conditions. Team fans out in force.
Time.
More shade around Grand Slam Oval. That's where you can find Colin Fleming till close of play every day.
It's amazing what they've done with this Melbourne Park. It's not just the courts, is it? So much activity for all types of fans, young and old.
We remain on serve here. Hour and 15 minutes. And we took the first set in the tie break. Came from 1-4 down. The next 6 points in a row.
Love. 50. $15 on. $30-15.
Became a Davis Cup winner for the first time at the end of last season. Matteo Berrettini, Italy winning the last 2 editions of that competition, but he missed the 2023 finals. Very emotional he was being a part of that success. Italy, in fact, winning the Davis Cup and the Billie Jean King Cup. They are the tennis powerhouse at this moment in time.
Berrettini. 2 games.
He is working overtime with the flag, little fella.
And their Napoli shirts. Berrettini might not take too kindly to them, the Fiorentina fan. It's great to see the Italians in the house.
15 left.
Napoli are top of the league, I believe.
It does bemuse me when you come wearing your football shirt. You know, if I was overseas, Colin, and I was watching an Australian play in a sporting event and there's someone in a Collingwood jumper, I wouldn't feel connected to them in any way, shape or form.
15 on.
It's a big AFL club here, of course. They're based just across the road here. The training oval and facility. Home ground at the MCG, but I wouldn't feel like we're on the same team.
Just dragged it wide. There's a chance. Yeah, you'd want to see the green and gold, wouldn't you?
Well, I think that's the
15-30.
plenty of Italian flags. That helps. Berrettini would be enjoying that support. A couple of fans right behind him at the end. He is at the moment operating from the Yarra end, the Harry Houdini end.
Yeah. It's been hard work for Norrie on serve, hasn't it? Early stages of the second set. He's looking to come from behind again here. Strange decision to move round and play a backhand there. Almost a sort of defensive mindset, if you like, not wanting to use his forehand. Berrettini's team are sensing a moment. 2 more break points here.
So finally gets one, and finally there is a break of serve. Berrettini 3-2.
Berrettini leads by 3 games to 2.
Well, I think the win predictor might be laughing at us now, Dave, because well, it's not just the fact that Berrettini's now a break up, it's the nature of the performance from Norrie since winning the first set. His levels sort of dropped off. It's 6 unforced errors for Norrie in this set, all 6 on the forehand. That tells a story. Just lost a bit of belief in that shot. And I'm a big believer in the power of the mind when it comes to your sort of endurance and your energy levels. You know, Berrettini will be feeling a lot fresher at 3-2 break ahead than he was at Laval, having just lost the tiebreak.
Time.
So Matteo Berrettini, after looking like he was in command in the opening set, had an early 4-1 lead in the tiebreak. Gave up 6 points in a row for Norrie to scramble back into it. Has been the dominant player in this second set. Had 2 break points in Norrie's second service game. Wasn't able to convert those, but in the previous game he did, and now leads 3-2. And there's a little more bounce in the step of the big Italian.
Love.
it down again as Norrie misses another forehand. Got to find the feeling on that shot again, and often that comes from just going for it more. Taking a few big rips at the ball and just sort of shaking out any tension.
30-15.
Bit of licorice all sorts there from Berrettini. Ace double fault winners holds though. Consolidates the break to lead 4-2.
Berrettini leads by 4 games to 2.
Momentum has definitely changed now. Berrettini's forehand starting to fire. He's just looking a lot more relaxed now that he's got the break. He'll feel like he's on his way to leveling this at a set all. And Norrie, it's quite alarming that the drop in his level since winning the tiebreak. He's a player that needs to keep the errors to a minimum, keep things watertight, really, because he knows that Berrettini's going to hit his fair share of winners past him. He's just lost his way here.
15.
Brilliant play from Norrie. He was more like Nureyev there. He had to do a 360 in the middle of the point, relocate the ball after it bounced off the net.
30-15.
Yeah, strange decision here from Norrie to turn his back on the point. I think he could have gone the other way and kept his eye on the ball. I thought it was going to cost him once Berrettini landed this lob, but credit to Norrie. He never goes away in a point, does he? And he found a way to win it.
40-30.
Losing his previous service game and to defend break points in the one before that. He holds Norrie. Berrettini 4-3.
Time.
Matteo Berrettini, the service break here in the second set. Just past an hour and a half game duration.
Sweetly just missed. Mentioned earlier in this set, I just felt that Norrie needed to keep the quality and the intensity high, not give any reason for Berrettini to believe, but he's not been able to do that, has he? For me, the second set, more a story of Norrie dropping off than Berrettini significantly improving. He has got a little better. This is a big match for Cameron Norrie as well. He made the fourth round here last year.
30-15.
A big win over Casper Ruud in round 3. Very nearly beats Zverev in round 4. 7-6 in the fifth, that one. But, you know, he's lower in the rankings than he'd like to be already. 52 in the world here. He doesn't want to lose another chunk of points and drop even further down. Both former top 10 players, Dave. If these two were stocks, would you be buying or selling in 2025? Norrie currently 52. I'm talking about rankings. Berrettini currently 34.
I'll concentrate on the positive. I'll buy Berrettini.
Yeah. I think he finishes this year higher than 34. I'd agree with that. Back inside the top 20, certainly.
I'm not sure I'm selling my Norries, but I'm going to buy Berrettini's. 5-3.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. I'm not, you know, massively negative on Norrie. I'm not sure where he's at.
5 games to 3.
Of course, if he loses here, he's going to drop a little further. But, you know, there's been signs of some really good stuff here today.
And as you see, you just need a couple of good weeks, and all of a sudden when you're in that 50, 60, 70 range, the good weeks rocket you back up there pretty quickly. You've just got to be in the right, get the right draw.
And he's the kind of guy who's going to keep working, he's going to keep playing, giving himself chances.
This is far from done, of course. Opponent, the winner of this, takes on the winner of Zhang Zhizhen Triple Z and Helga Rune, currently in operation.
30 left.
Margaret Court Arena.
Berrettini requesting a replay of the set.
So it's a difficult little section of the draw because Sinner is awaiting the top of it.
Yeah, they're in a similar position actually over on Margaret Court. Zhang winning the first set, Rune serving for the second.
Well to get out of the way there, Norrie.
Facundo Lugones, a former college teammate of Norrie. Had a great coaching player relationship since.
Norrie.
That was very smart from Norrie. Almost down on his knees to hold.
Berrettini leads by 5 games to 4.
So one last chance for Cameron Norrie to try and recover this second set.
He hasn't been out of the service games in terms of trying to break Berrettini here. First serve percentage from Berrettini strong though, isn't it? This set 62%, but 82%, 31 of 38 when it goes in. Just to try and find a way through as the Brit via South Africa and New Zealand. He should play under the United Nations flag.
Time.
He's a man of the world.
Beautiful scene, lovely day in Melbourne. Plenty of fans in on this Tuesday. Still a lot of people in Melbourne on their summer holiday.
It's a Grand Slam Oval we saw there.
Yeah.
I think I get confused because the Australian Open we've got these 2 huge fan zones. And you've got options, not just on which courts to watch, but where to hang out in between.
Garden Square, Grand Slam Oval, Kids Ballpark down towards Bryn Mawr. I like to hang out in the commentary box with you, Colin. Natural habitat. Berrettini serving for the second set. Not the way he wanted to start.
Yeah, a bit of a shaky start there. Went for the aggressive second, just overcooked it. Anytime when you're the returner in this position and you win that first point, it just gives you something to believe in, something to work with. Trick is trying to string 2 points in a row together. Best will in the world. Norrie wasn't winning this point. Such a potent combination when he gets the serve and forehand right. It doesn't matter who you are, there's always that extra bit of tension when you're trying to serve out a set. Not the cleanest of games here from Berrettini.
Set point on Norrie's serve in the first set. Berrettini wasn't able to convert that into the tie break. Berrettini to a good early lead and coughed up 6 points in a row. You want to finish it here. Big serve down the middle. There it is. So second set to the Italian. 6-4. Ties it up at a set apiece.
6 games to 4, 1 set off.
This is a tough first round Grand Slam match, isn't it? Hour and 48 minutes on the clock. These guys have already invested a lot into this match, and it's just a set apiece.
Still all the hallmarks of that, of course. We spoke about it from the time they set foot onto the court, when you've got two former top tenors. Berrettini, of course, a runner-up Wimbledon semi-finalist here at the Australian Open. Semi-finalist at Wimbledon, 4th rounder here, so they're quality players. at equal levels in where they're sitting at the moment.
30-50.
I just feel the onus is on Cameron Norrie. Yeah, just to raise his level again here. Momentum is a huge thing in this sport, and there's no doubt it's with Berrettini at this stage. And game styles are so important in this sport. You know, for Berrettini, first set was quite a good example. I thought he made a little bit of a sluggish start to the match, but he's got such a big serve, he can almost afford to and sort of just fumble his way through a little bit. Whereas for Norrie, who has to really work for his points, play long rallies, if he drops off, it can stand out a lot more on the scoreboard. He's got to get his belief back in his game and cut out the unforced errors. That was a strange one, wasn't it? You know, someone that's usually so sharp with their feet, just completely off balance there.
Points like that, letting the opponent back in. Berrettini sniff an opportunity here. An opening service game in the third set.
Again, Norrie completely off balance. Even the penultimate forehand looked slightly mishit. Very strange. Maybe just not quite fully engaged again, having taken a break from the court between sets. He's got to be careful here. The set is potentially on the line with a serve that Berrettini has.
Ledford.
So Berrettini, after Norrie was in command in that opening service game, gets the break.
First game, third set.
Perfect start to the set for Berrettini. Said the momentum was with him. Well, it's just doubled now. He is a red-hot favourite for a 2-set-to-1 lead already. Very strange game from Cameron Norrie. So good in the first set, did so well to win it. And this match just unraveling since for the Brit. .83% of the time when Berrettini breaks early in the set, which I think is considered as the first 4 games, the first 2 looks at his opponent's serve, he goes on to win the set. And you would bet against him winning this set now, would you?
15 all.
So our good friend Win Predictor is busily pedalling out the back and started at 67% Berrettini. It's 55% even though Norrie took the opening set and we were both not having that at all. 77-23. That opening service break feels about right.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that because Berrettini not just a break up now in the third, but Norrie's level is just deserted him at this moment in time.
Game, Berrettini, new balls, please.
So big serving from Berrettini. Consolidates that break to lead 2-love.
Berrettini leads by 2 games to 11.
New ball, so new racket for Berrettini.
I tell you, it's quite the draw, isn't it? Berrettini Norrie here in the first round. As you said, the winner to play Zhongyi Zhen, China, or the 13th seed Holger Rune. I think if you're Rune, seeded 13, and you see a potential second round with Berrettini, that's not ideal. Certainly one for us to look forward to if it happens.
New balls here.
15.
Yeah, and in that section, maybe her catch at the top of the Rune section, and then all that goes to Plan Sinner, the top. Fourth round.
Berrettini's the kind of guy that if he could, reach that stage, with every match he plays, the more dangerous he becomes. He's just going to get sharper and better with his game. So potential Italian derby in the fourth round would be a good one. Long way to go though. And shots like that for Cameron Norrie, it's a head scratcher really, because we didn't see any of them in the first set. He looked sharp, he looked positive. Now he looks to be fighting a fair bit of doubt in his own game.
40-15.
That was a nice move though. Took 2 or 3 steps to the left and served from out wide, and the serve went wider. Points becoming a little shorter too.
Incredible forehand. Norrie would have thought he was in a good position. Berrettini just countering back down the line. What a strike this was. And again, in this set, he's pegged Norrie back to deuce on his serve.
A double break would be exceptionally problematic. Not even Harry Houdini would be able to escape.
Berrettini.
That's a surprising start to this third set. Another break. Berrettini out to a 3-love lead.
Berrettini leads by 3 games to love.
Oh, he's flying now. He'll be feeling very good about things. Amazing how quickly things can change in this sport. Cameron Norrie, though, as I say, it's a head scratcher. You know, when he was at his best, he was just a relentless competitor, wasn't he? But today, I mean, look at him cutting a very frustrating figure. It's almost like he's dwelling on skeletons of the past. You know, not the best year in 2024, not an amazing start to this year. It felt like when he was, as I say, at his best, he was always looking forward to the next point, the next challenge. But here he's gone very negative on himself.
He was good at washing it away, wasn't he? Hydration supplies on their way. New drinks just arriving in the commentary box.
Time.
He's given them to Berrettini. It's a setback for us. Thought they were coming our way.
Yeah.
Multiple problems here for Cameron Norrie, with 2 breaks early in this third set, and the biggest problem is that he hasn't yet been able to break the serve of Berrettini. He had 2 break points in the third game of the first set, and that's been it. Since then, Berrettini, he's been stretched on a few occasions, but the serve's been strong. Even though the first serve percentage for the match is at 64%, 83%. The points won when it goes in, 40 or 48. So that is something for Norrie to sort through here. What can he do?
Doubly good news for Berrettini is not just that he's now in control of this match, but he hasn't had to expend too much energy to do that. You know, the first set was quite taxing, it was physical. You know, had Norrie made him work for long points, long games, his chances might be higher here.
First set, wasn't there, where you pointed out that Berrettini was huffing and puffing, really taking in some big breaths on the longer rallies. It's been a while since we've had any of those. That's the key for Norrie, to have the longer rallies. He's got a much better record. Rally 0-4, very much in favour of Berrettini, 71-51.
30.
It's been pretty consistent throughout, to be fair. 10 and 10 if it's over 9 shots, so Berrettini in command. But these are the points when we've got to 30 all or deuce. The big servers favoured the Italian. Can he do it again here?
This would improve Norrie's mood. Find a way to break serve for the first time.
Yes.
So faithful again though for Berrettini. 203 kilometers an hour out wide. The ball jumping on Norrie as well. Too hot to handle.
Shots like that though, Colin, where they're just not moving into the ball to get the right position. Never looked like it was going to clear the net.
No, it was a good shot by Berrettini. He knifed that slice, but again, Norrie's sort of lacking confidence, isn't he, trying to deal with it.
So Berrettini saves the break point once again for Love.
Berrettini leads by 4 games to love.
I say once again, just the second time in a service game that he has had to do that. But the door was open slightly for Norrie to scramble back one of the breaks.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's going on in the crowd? Norrie ready to play.
15 love.
Freedom of movement, isn't it? No longer do the fans here on Key Arena have to wait for the change of ends to come and go, which I think is a good thing, and the players now getting used to it, as it was the case last year as well. To say that the Australian Open, they're innovators.
I think it's challenging if it's behind the players.
Yeah, especially in that lower section.
I think if you're coming in the side, you can squeeze in between points. Norrie's a quick player though, so there's not that much time to do that.
14 love.
But taking the full allocated time, there's a bit more room for spectator movement. So a quick service game for Cameron Norrie. Holds to love. Welcome. Gets on the scoreboard in the third set.
Berrettini leads by 4 games to 1.
Just over a minute for Norrie. Two hours and 9 minutes here on Kia Arena. Cameron Norrie taking the first set in the tie-break. Saved a set point in his final service game and then came it back from 1-4 down to take that opening set. Berrettini with the one break of serve in the second. 6-4, but he's been in command here, leading 4-1.
Fifteen left. Very love. Forty left. Game, Berrettini.
So a couple of service games to love there. And for all of his dominance on serve, that's been his best run of consecutive points on serve at 7 for Berrettini. 5-1.
The first serve is really firing in this set, up at 78% first serve percentage. I think I would put a lot of that down to just how relaxed he's feeling in the match now. Not feeling much pressure at this stage. Onus is on Norrie to reapply some. Just too good. That is flashed down the line. But it's not just in his play from Norrie, you know, it's his body language as well. It's sort of, you know, we talked early on, we joked how often he says, come on, they've disappeared. You know, he isn't sending anything to Berrettini that says, I'm going to take you down, mate.
Loved it.
And even just the pace of play here from Norrie, who's quickened up his approach. Last service game it worked, it held to love, but he's looking like he's ready for the fourth set.
Yeah, he wants this one over with. And it might be right here. I love the reactions. You know, pulls off this drop shot and sort of looks to the team and shakes his racket as if he's ready for a comeback. I think it might be a little too late for that in this set.
Yes.
Maybe he is.
No, he is not done with yet.
Power of the mind. Bit of positivity and suddenly he's firing again.
He might be done with yet.
Advantage.
Fourth set point. Berrettini.
Berrettini.
Far too good in this third set, 6-1, just the 32 minutes.
Berrettini leads by 2 sets to 1.
Yes, by 2 sets to 1.
Lovely.
Well, an opportunity for Berrettini to once again just assert his position here. Dropping the opening point, but it's so dominant on serve.
15.
Yeah, if you're Berrettini, it feels like there's an opportunity to put this one to bed early in this fourth set. While Norrie's head is down, hold serve here and get after the very first service game. Norrie's point of view, he needs to start this set strongly. Can't be broken early. Positive move forward here from Norrie. He's got to find a way to break serve. Still hasn't broken Berrettini. That's tough mentally. Here comes the fourth break point of the match for Norrie. Is this the moment that he gets his first break? Worked the ball nicely there. Got Berrettini on the move.
That was a little strange, wasn't it? Both players just slightly out of position at times in the point.
He didn't miss this pass by much. It's not the reaction you want to see, though, if you're a Cameron Norrie fan. Again, it's negative emotion. Maybe the racket just slipped. Was that the gesture? Oh,
advantage.
Put a bit of anger into that return.
Yeah.
205 km/h serve, and it's just sent back with interest.
Yes. Advantage Berrettini.
So once again, Berrettini saves the break points. He's 5 from 5 now in the match. And defending the attack of Norrie, takes the opening game of the fourth set.
"15 holds. Berrettini without being broken. And this now becomes a crucial game for Cameron Norrie, a must-hold service game.
Making Norrie wait quite some time here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ready now. I'm going to suggest to you, Colin, unless the temperature's over a certain point, the change of ends after the first game of the set should just be straight to the other end. No returning to the bench. Grab a towel. Play on.
Yeah, it's
old school.
Yeah, I mean, yes, by the letter of the law, play is supposed to be continuous. It's turned into a bit of a sort of standing up change of ends, hasn't it? Take a drink, towel down. Good tennis. Matteo Berrettini has only hit 6 unforced errors on his backhand today. That is historically the weaker wing. Usually you get a few more errors than that. Slim pickings for Norrie.
It's a better start though. Stretch Berrettini on serve and
one
hold, 1-1.
30 love.
He's hit his backhand well today, Berrettini, but for me, you know, it's the strengths that he really needs to fire with if he's to go deep in the slams again. The former Grand Slam finalist, the serve, the forehand, that's the combination. When he's at his best, be almost unplayable with those.
40 love.
Really bringing them to the table in this game.
Game, Berrettini.
Swift one for Berrettini, holds to love, leads 2-1.
Berrettini leads by 2 games to 1.
It's looking like being Holger Rune, 13-seeded Dane. He's 2 sets to 1 up on Zheng Zhizhen and Margaret Court Arena. And that one playing the winner of this match. Good tennis all around the grounds on day 3.
Short court 3's ready for the Monfils Pesci Perricard encounter. The veterans are a little close to the players there with Pesci Perricard's serve. Beautiful day in Melbourne. Now into Tuesday afternoon, blue sky everywhere, good crowd in and around all of the courts. We're at Kia Arena. Men's first round singles. Matteo Berrettini dropped the first set when he was in command in the tiebreak to Cameron Norrie. Tighter second set, one-way traffic in the third. We're on serve in the 4th set.
$15 love.
It's a strange forehand there. So a few shots like that in the 3rd set as well. You almost wonder, is Norrie feeling 100% when you see him hit a ball like that? It's completely mistimed, off balance. Very unusual. And then he comes up with just the most brilliant backhand, taken early, glanced away into the open space. The way he got the feet up to that ball, took it as early as he possibly could, so as not to give Berrettini time to recover.
New balls, please. 2 games on. 15 left.
New balls to good effect for Berrettini.
Since the start of the third set, his serving has gone to another level. First serve percentage in this set sitting at 80, 12 of 15.
30 left.
And he was almost unbreakable before, so slim pickings for Norrie.
26th ace.
$40 left.
So after being pressed in the opening service game, defended 2 break points. His last 2 service games have been held to love. 3-2 Berrettini.
Blink and you miss it.
11-point streak, the longest on serve of the match.
Just looked like Norrie was starting to guess a little on return there. Hence the aces flying past him. Understandable if he wants to try and something different. He hasn't broken yet. When you do start to guess the return, the ace count does tick over pretty quickly because, well, inevitably you're going to be wrong around about half the time. We're still believing.
Innovation there. I think that might be an Australian flag, and we've just folded it up to display the Union Jack. Running repairs to the grip of Cameron Norrie's racket have been completed. And serve here in the 4th set.
Left
35 on force for Norrie, 26 on the forehand. That was a wild one there. Really good second serve.
15 on.
Berrettini was moving forward there, looking to make something happen.
30 balls.
The fight is there for Norrie. He's pumping the fist when he wins points here, almost like he's trying to find something to really spark it again. But at the same time, he's right on the edge, isn't he, of almost exiting the tournament right here.
Advantage.
No doubt about that. Berrettini pressing hard here. You can sense that the opportunity is there. So strong on his own serve. Second break point opportunity on this Norrie service game.
Yes.
It's a little boom and bust this game from Norrie. I mean, some really good stuff, including the 2 break points that he saved. But it's a very cheap double fault to offer up a third here. Another outstanding point from Norrie to save the break point. Brilliant serve, but this was a really awkward return from Berrettini. The way he got down with that ball, stayed down with it.
Advantage. Norrie.
You never know, maybe just a game like this could get Norrie going again.
Advantage, Norrie.
So Norrie saves the 3 break points, squares it up at 3 apiece. Full set, hanging in.
Yeah, hanging in. The fight was there. It's a big hold of serve for the Brit. Just something to work with in terms of his overall feeling in this match.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. $15 left.
He's not making any impact whatsoever on return since the first game of this set. In fact, Berrettini's played 20 points on serve in this fourth set, and 9 of them have been aces.
13 consecutive points, 1 on serve.
It's almost like he's given up hope, Norrie, of breaking today. Credit to Berrettini, though, serving at incredibly high level.
So it took an extra point before the commentator's curse struck strongly with Berrettini.
Incredible, isn't it?
So 14 points, back to 0, reset the clock. There we go, rebalances the ledger.
Yeah, he's done me proud there at least.
Berrettini.
4-3.
Berrettini leads by 4 games to 3.
You feel bad when because you know that as soon as you start talking about something, but it's there. 13 points in a row, became 14, the longest streak on serve. The serve has been so strong. We feel that we have to mention it, but as soon as you do, you know that it's. And the players, thankfully they're not listening to us live, because if they were, they would be firing tennis balls in our direction.
Yeah, I'm quite sure of it.
He hasn't missed a 3-foot putt since the 3rd hole on the opening day.
You know what's coming next.
Bang.
Yeah. Can't have been commentating on me. I miss 3-foot putts all the time.
Well, can I mention Rory McIlroy?
That was tough.
Time.
Still on serve in this 4th set. Interesting little body language exchange there. Norrie, for the first time in a while, bounced out of the chair and ran to the back of the court, and Berrettini sort of followed him out.
Thank you.
Trying to convince himself here that he's still in this. He is, but he needs to find a way through the Berrettini serve and hold here.
Yeah, he's in a funny place mentally for me, Cameron Norrie, at this moment. On one hand, he is fighting, and he's digging in. He did so well to hold his previous service game. On the other hand, he's sort of completely demoralised at being unable to impact the Berrettini serve. He's fallen behind on the count. On serve again here. Norrie is definitely on the edge.
15 on.
Brilliant return from a slightly deeper position, just give it plenty of height and shape to get the depth in the court.
15-40. Thank you. Len first serve. Berrettini.
Well, the Berrettini pressure goes up another notch, gets the break, and now will serve for the match.
A fabulous forehand there from Berrettini. He's got
Berrettini
better as this match has gone on.
3.
Looked sharper with his movement, with his timing. Forehand has really come to the party, as has the serve. Starting to show signs, Berrettini, that the level is there and he could become a real factor in this tournament.
Love. Game, set, match, Berrettini.
Well, Matteo marches into the second round.
6-7, 6-4, 6-1.
3 sets to 1. Too strong. Big serve. Dominant in the final 2 sets in particular. And in the end, a commanding win. 6-7, 6-4, 6-1, 6-3.